PNG is the file format that retains the pixels that are on screen. JPEG takes clusters of pixels and finds shortcuts so that they approximate what's on screen. So you end up with some of the color blending because you're using mathematical shortcuts, but your mathematical shortcuts on JPEG are just there to retain the image, whereas PNG retains all of the detail of the image, whereas if I save to JPEG and then resave back into PNG, I'd be wasting more memory because of all the artifacts that are left on the screen, and it's super annoying. RAW is a thing in cameras, professional cameras, and it's basically the same thing as PNG, but it retains more color data, like beyond what you can see. When you get from 8-bit to 10-bit to 12-bit, like in an editing software, because you have more information than what the human eye can see, whenever you're making changes to the image, whenever you're toggling your colors, it looks smoother. If you're just using an 8-bit video, then like you get these bands of color, like weird bands of here's like a section of pixels that are this bright, a section of pixels that are that bright, blah blah blah. Whereas the higher you go, like 12-bit, 14-bit, the more smooth that transition between a light source and the dark is, because you are getting more information as you're like, and you're toggling more information. So it's completely different. Like the shape of your shirt like affects how color is recorded. Like you have a little bit of color here, you have a little bit of darker color there, you have a little bit of darker color there, and if I toggle that on 8-bit, it's gonna look like some sort of video games from the mid 2000s. It's gonna like dithering. It's gonna look like dithering. Whereas the higher your bitrate on your video, the better. It's more memory expensive, but that's the reason why professional cameras go JPEG or RAW. They don't have a PNG function, at least none that I have ever used. They give you either JPEG or RAW because it's casual or professional. Those are the modes. Now your phone can probably do PNG, sure, and your video is a different format than your picture taking, but RAW like gives you more than what your eye can see, and your software needs more than what your eye can see, because it's not a human brain. It doesn't just interpret images as what they are. It needs that extra bit of information to get the curves, to get the everything whenever you're editing.